Hello everybody, this is Tanner from Freeze's Litho-Frames, and today I'm going to be showing you the process of how we hand make all of our Litho-Frames. These two frames I'm going to be building in this video are made out of locally sourced Eastern aromatic red cedar, and let me tell you, these are truly special, and they're the first of a new series that I'm calling One of a Kinds, and I'll explain more about what makes them so unique in just a bit. If you're unfamiliar with our Litho-Frames, imagine taking one of your favorite photos, maybe of a pet, a loved one, or a special memory. Maybe it's a wedding or a Christmas picture, or even an ultrasound. And you can send this picture to us and we turn it into a piece of art that glows with light and detail. And a Litho-Frame is exactly that. It's a photo that has been turned into a 3D printed panel that reveals its image when it's lit from behind. However, it's not just a plastic panel. What makes ours different and what sets Freeze's Litho-Frames aside is the handcrafted wooden frames. Each one is custom built from beautiful character-filled wood. You plug our frames in and the image softly lights up, almost like a glowing memory. It's not just decor, it's deeply personal and emotional, and it makes for an unforgettable gift. Now let's talk about the cedar. As some of you all know, I'm based out of Concord, North Carolina, and it was very important to me to source the wood locally. Luckily, I found a small sawmill here in town that had a great variety of cedar planks in different widths and different thicknesses. Walking into that mill was an experience in itself. I could literally smell the heavenly smell of cedar from outside of that building. Once we stepped inside, it was like stepping into the best smelling room on planet Earth. We picked out the best boards that we can find and we brought them home to start milling. And it was during this planing process that we discovered two old nails embedded deep within the cedar, likely from decades ago from when the tree was younger. These human-made imperfections from years past give these frames even more character and truly make them one of a kind. Applying finish to the frames is definitely my favorite part of the entire process. This is really where you get to see the wood and the character in the wood come to life. It goes from a dull-looking, regular square piece of wood to this vibrant, full of life, character-filled, colorful frame. So proud to show each little swirl in the grain, every bug hole, or every nail embedded in the wood. This part of the process, to me, is what really breathes life into my work, and what truly makes each piece one of a kind. These photos were taken in natural sunlight, right after I applied the finish to the frames, and honestly, they speak for themselves. The way the light hits the wood brings out every swirl and ripple in the grain, almost like the frame is telling its own story. You can really see how rich and vibrant the cedar becomes after finishing, with all those warm tones and subtle contrasts that just weren't visible before. And then, of course, there are the nails, still embedded in the wood from years past. They're not flaws, they're features. They add history, character, and a sense of authenticity that you simply cannot replicate. Together, the grain and those embedded nails make these two frames truly stand apart. They're not just beautiful, they're living proof that no two frames will ever be the same. Once the frame itself is complete, I move on to one of the most intricate and delicate parts of the entire process, building the wiring harness that brings the lithophane to life. This isn't just wiring, it's the heartbeat of the piece, the element that lets your memories glow. The soldering process, while behind the scenes, is actually the most time-consuming part of the entire build. Each harness takes nearly an hour on its own, requiring patience, precision, and a steady hand to build. From start to finish, a single Litho-Frame takes a minimum of 2 hours to complete, often more, spreading out over multiple days. Every single cut, every joint, every wire is placed with intention, and these aren't just products, they're labors of love. And it's the care and effort that goes into making these Litho-Frames that truly makes them unique. Over the years, as I've continued to hone my process and grow my craft, I found myself wanting to push beyond the basics, to create something that feels not only personal, but truly premium. These two frames are the start of a new series I like to call One of a Kinds. This series focuses on higher-end frames featuring wood with lots of unique characteristics. For example, the nails, bug holes, and sapwood patterns found in these two frames. In the future, we'd also like to highlight higher quality woods like maple, walnut, cedar, cherry, oak, purple heart, and padauk, and many others. We'd also like to explore some higher quality joinery, including box joints, dovetails, miters, and splines, and many more other things that we can truly do to make these frames unique and top of their class. Another idea I had was to have a mid-20th century series where all the tools involved in the process are hand tools, and this would give a level of attention to detail never before seen with our Litho-Frames, and allow us to have full artistic freedom over select frames and explore advanced techniques. The final step in the process is the 3D print itself, the moment when the vision truly comes to life. For this demonstration, I chose a photo of my family and I, something personal, meaningful, and perfect for showing just how magical this process really is. Fun fact, the single lithophane took over 6 hours to print, and yet every minute is worth it. There's something truly inspiring about watching your memories emerge layer by layer. Once the print is complete, the real magic happens and you can actually feel the detail, the texture of the clothes, the subtle contours of the smile, and even the smoothness of the skin. It's all there, captured in light and in texture. It's no longer just a picture, it's an experience. A new, tactile way to connect with your favorite moments through both sight and touch. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned something about how much hard work, dedication, and attention to detail goes into every single one of our frames. These two one-of-a-kind frames in particular can be purchased on my Facebook and Instagram pages within the next few days. If they're listed as available within the description, then these two beautiful one-of-a-kind frames could be yours to preserve your favorite memories for years to come. Once again, thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for more one-of-a-kind build videos in the future.